On August 5th, Samsung held their Galaxy Unpacked event. The awaited Galaxy Note 20 was announced, as well as 4 other devices. So here we are about a week later conducting a bit of a post-mortem and analysis. While obviously the Galaxy Note 20 was the flagship premier device shown off, that certainly wasn't the only part of the event. We'll go ahead and save that analysis toward the end of everything. While we're on the subject of that though, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification icon, because we'll have a review on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G out soon. Anyway, let's kick this off by talking about the Galaxy Buds Live, or everyone's favorite kidney beans. The Galaxy Buds Live are of course the next iteration of Samsung's Galaxy Buds, which is the South Korean company's competitor to the Apple AirPods. The Buds Live certainly boasts a unique design and form factor not quite seen in this space before. Yes, they literally look like beans. The core concept behind the organic design to be as non-intrusive, non-fatiguing as possible, which Samsung rationalizes by claiming having comfortable in-ear monitors is as important as ever, a reasonable claim considering how long Zoom meetings can get. The Galaxy Buds Live sit at just the surface of your ear canal, with a small, slightly protruding rubberized driver going just past the surface, and just barely dipping into your ear canal. Samsung calls the Buds Live the first open-type bud they've ever made, which further corroborates that the Buds Live don't make a full seal, like the previous Galaxy Buds and Galaxy Buds Plus, but ambient mode is still present on the Buds Live. To make up for the outside noise intrusion that happens when you have an open soundstage on a piece of audio equipment, Samsung claims that they have added active noise cancellation, or ANC, to the Buds Live. Because the Buds Live are out, and some early reviews have been released, we understand that the ANC works just kind of okay, which makes sense considering how small they actually are. Sony was able to put ANC into Taylor's favorite wireless earbuds, the WF-1000XM3, but only after dumping a ton of money into shrinking the size of the ANC chip they use on their full-size WH series of headphones, and they seem to have reached about the minimum size you could really get, while still providing decent ANC. In terms of battery life and color, you get a now square, jewelry box-like charging carrying case, which Samsung claims to provide an additional 21 hours of charge time, on top of the 6 hours already provided by the Buds themselves. This is a slight downgrade from the battery life in the Galaxy Buds Plus, which boasts a grand total of 33 hours of battery life. If you'd like to hear more about the Galaxy Buds Plus, check out our review here. Finally, the Buds Live will come in one of 3 colors to match the Note 20 Ultra: Samsung's new Mystic Bronze, Mystic White, and Mystic Black. One last thing of note is that the Buds Live are made completely out of recycled materials. Apple has brought a big focus to using recycled materials in recent years, and it's nice to see other large tech companies like Samsung joining in. Once again, the Buds Lives are available now, so if they sound appealing to you, you can pick them up for about $170 US. Moving on, we have the Galaxy Watch 3. And no, you didn't miss the Galaxy Watch 2. Samsung went from the Galaxy Watch to the Watch Active 2, and here we are at the Galaxy Watch 3. The significant changes include large sizes across the board and more colors. And that's pretty much it. While Samsung might be the best in the Android wearable space, they're still years behind Apple and their watch. Furthermore, Apple tends to market their Apple Watch as a sort of medical device or fitness companion. Samsung presented the Galaxy Watch 3 as more of a fashion accessory, with the fitness and health features being second. Although the worst part of the Watch 3 is it might still not have enough battery life to make it through a day with always on display. The Galaxy Watch 3 is a fashion accessory, and an expensive one at that, ranging from $400 to $400 US depending on the size and connectivity. But hey, Gucci makes purchases for like $2,000, so what do I know? Next up is the Galaxy Tab S7, which Samsung spent an uncomfortable amount of time on. It's essentially a really large Galaxy Note with physical keyboard support. It was made abundantly clear that Samsung was really competing with Apple's iPad Pro here. And while the Tab S7 is definitely a productivity device with all the laptop-like features, you honestly might as well just buy a laptop. Or better yet, buy a Microsoft service if you really want electronic note-taking. Having this level of features on a device that is still gimped by only being able to run mobile apps though. Yes, Samsung DeX helps, and Android's robust file management system also helps, but that still doesn't change the fact that you're restricted from running full-size apps. But enough about that, let's talk about the surprise star of the show, the Galaxy Z Fold 2. While this event was really about the Note 20, I was personally more excited to see the Galaxy Z Fold 2. And after a troubled initial release, a recall, and an engineering miracle later, the OG Galaxy Fold was truly a unique and special device. That is, if your pockets were deep enough to entrench the $2,000 price tag of the original. Nonetheless, the Galaxy Fold was a concept brought to fruition and is truly a marvel of material engineering and development. While still a little rough around the edges, what the Galaxy Fold brought to the table was the most significant changes to the smartphone design in a while, re-energizing the largely stale design market. So there was much excitement around the Galaxy Z Fold 2, the second iteration of the Galaxy Fold, and Samsung hit all the right notes here. It's a little bit bigger and better than its firstborn, has a folded front screen that you won't mind using, and the notch on top of the unfolded screen is now a pinhole, just like the fellow modern Galaxy devices. Finally, Samsung promises that the folding screen is now glass. They also promised that the Z Flip released early this year in the spring was glass as well. The fact that fingernails could scratch it turned out to make this a lie. While the Z Fold 2 still needs to get into people's hands, and we'll know more about it at another Samsung event in early September. I do really wonder though what Samsung technically considers glass. Finally, the reason we're all here, the Galaxy Note 20 and the Note 20 Ultra. You know what else is Ultra? That price tag. More on that later though. Repeating the same pattern from last year, Samsung is releasing two new Note devices, with one being significantly lesser than the other. The Galaxy Note 20 is a... ugh.
That's a big yikes.
Yeah, really. You get a plastic back, a flat screen, which some might prefer, that only has full HD resolution. Furthermore, its design is more in line with the previous releases S20 devices. Honestly, the Note 20 is essentially a Galaxy S20, but with an S Pen. The Note 20 Ultra is not only ultra thick, but actually has some features you'd expect to find on a flagship smartphone. The glass backing, WQHD screen, etc. The screen size on the Note 20 Ultra has been increased to 6.9 inches. It's up from the 6.8 inches on the Note 10 Plus, a moderately boosted 4500 mAh battery, and 12 GB of RAM. And because literally everyone and their dog has been asking for it, Samsung finally added a 120Hz screen refresh functionality. Kind of. You see, Samsung has this really weird aversion to allowing users to get WQHD and 120Hz at the same time. Just as they did on the S20 line of phones, Samsung limits 120Hz on the screen resolution to full HD. According to the based Samsung Kitty on Twitter, the display controller Samsung uses in the S20, and presumably the Note 20 as well, is capable of doing WQHD 120Hz. And all it would take is a firmware update. The most reasonable explanation is preservation of battery life. To that, I say a user who goes out of their way to enable 120Hz and WQHD kinda knows what they're signing up for. But you know what? Thanks for the blue ball, Samsung. It wouldn't be a Note device without the S Pen, and there are actually some meaningful changes here. The biggest one impacting the user experience is the reduction of latency in the S Pen. Samsung has been able to ratchet down the latency to a near imperceivable 9 milliseconds with regards to writing on the screen to the S Pen on the Note 20 Ultra. The Note 20 wasn't spared from this improvement either, but it has a higher latency of 23 milliseconds. For reference, the latency on the Note 10 Plus is around 46 milliseconds and quite noticeable. Lastly, in terms of features and upgrades, the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra of course come with a Snapdragon 865 Plus. If you're in a country lucky enough not to get shafted by Exynos, that is, and the camera array has been upgraded as well. Along the S20 Ultra, the Note 20 Ultra now has a dummy thick rear camera bump, something junk in the trunk if you would. But at least it has the Note 20 Ultra's camera isn't as needlessly balls to the walls as the S20 Ultra. The camera zoom has been decreased from only a mere 50 times zoom, but it's still capable of taking a video of 8K quality. Which is really a shame because Samsung downgraded their base storage on the Note 20s to 128 gigabytes. Kind of hurts in that regards. And quite frankly, for $1,300 US for the Ultra and $1,000 for the regular Note, this kind of is ridiculous. In a lot of ways, by taking away things like this, Samsung diminishes the value of the Note line of phones. There's also the looming identity crisis. Seriously, there's no reason to buy a regular Note 20 unless you really want the S Pen.
Or plastic!
Doesn't your phone already have plastic?
Oh man, mine's plastic metal.
Oh yeah, you have one of them iPhones.
Yeet!
Finally, the Note 20 Ultra comes in the same colors as the Galaxy Buds Live: Mystic Bronze, Mystic White, and Mystic Black. The normal Note 20 comes in a Mystic Bronze, Mystic Green, and Mystic Gray. While that wraps it up for all the individual devices, let's talk a little bit about the presentation as a whole. Samsung needs to work a bit on their personality. The whole thing felt pretty stiff and corporate. Presentation aside, Samsung is clearly trying to directly compete with Apple's ecosystem, having equivalent devices to match pretty much every aspect of Apple. And credit to Samsung, they're really the only ones in the Android space to at least try being competitive in the ecosystem. The ease of use and functionality is another story though. And that's going to do it for this recap of the Samsung Unpacked event. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for more tech content, and hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at tech_for_thought. And if video games are more of your thing, check out our affiliate, cultureofgaming.com, for all the latest gaming news, reviews, and opinion pieces. See you next time.